JBNN keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones. Hi guys. Before we go into the news, please remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and share the news with someone today. Now onto the news. 3 women shot in Mobay. The police in St. James are probing the shooting of 3 women in a yard along King Street last night by a gunman. It is reported that about 10:20 p.m., the women were in the yard talking when a man came up, pulled a gun, and opened fire. The women ran in different directions as the shooter retreated from the yard. It was later discovered that all 3 women suffered gunshot wounds. They were rushed to the Cornwall Regional Hospital for treatment. Last night's shooting came on the heels of the murder of a man at the corner of Union and King Streets early in the day. That incident came amid the launch of the police's Beat Officer Patrol Division in St. James. Trelawney man gunned down a shop. The Trelawney police have commenced a probe into the gun scene of a man at a business establishment in his community Wednesday night. The deceased has been identified as 31-year-old unemployed Durant Burke, who was of a Cooper's been addressed in the parish. Reports are that about 11:50 p.m., Burke and 2 other men were sitting at a business establishment when a lone gunman walked up and opened fire, hitting Burke multiple times. The gunman then escaped in a waiting vehicle. Burke was taken to the Falmouth Public General Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. No motive has been established for the killing. Man killed during reported confrontation with soldiers in Denham Town. A man was fatally shot during a reported confrontation with members of the military in Denham Town, West Kingston, on Wednesday night. An illegal gun was reportedly seized in the incident. The dead man has been identified as 28-year-old Romaine King, a resident of Golden Heights. About 9:15 p.m., members of the military were on patrol along Racecourse Lane when they observed King and another man standing along a pathway dressed in hoodies. It's reported that King pointed a gun at the soldiers and was shot. A 9mm pistol was seized. The other man escaped. The Independent Commission of Investigations Indicom is probing the incident. Sentencing of Portland businessman Everton Beaches South and co-convict postponed. The sentencing hearing for murder convicts, Portland businessman Everton Beaches South McDonald and Oscar Barnes, was this morning postponed to September 19 in the Home Circuit Court. The hearing was pushed back due to the unavailability of the presiding judge, Justice Chester Stamp, who is currently on vacation. Consequently, both men were further remanded. A fingerprint order was also made. The men were in March convicted of murder and conspiracy to commit murder in connection with the killing of McDonald's wife, Tonya. The 7-member jury returned a unanimous verdict after deliberating for 64 minutes. The woman's partially burnt body was found on a deserted road in Sherwood Forest in Portland in July 2020. It had 9 stab wounds and the throat slash. A contract killer, Denvelin Minot, who is serving 19 years in prison for his role in her murder, testified that Beaches South hired him to kill his wife for $3 million, but that he passed on the work to Barnes. Teacher getting medical care after mental breakdown at Sydney Pagan STEM Academy. The teacher from Sydney Pagan STEM Academy, St. Elizabeth, with a mental breakdown at the school on Wednesday, is continuing to receive medical care. Students were reportedly traumatized on Wednesday by the behavior of the educator and resulted in physical classes being suspended for 2 days. Students sitting external examinations have not been affected by the disruption. Speaking in an interview on Thursday morning, Jamaica Teachers Association JTA President Leighton Johnson urged teachers to not suffer in silence.
The teacher is in a medical facility and she is being treated at this time. Of course, as an association, we continue to advocate for mental health issues, teachers with mental health issues, and we also want to encourage the nation as best that the stigma that comes with mental health is one that we ought to, as best as possible, try to eradicate. This is a situation that can happen to anyone, and we hope as best as possible that our members are taking the best care of their physical state of being and their psychological health.
The Ministry of Education has said it is providing support and counseling to those affected, including access to clinicians for psychological and socio-emotional care for school staff and students. Woman charged with wounding with intent after allegedly attacking boyfriend with knife. A 29-year-old woman has been charged with wounding with intent after allegedly pulling a knife on her boyfriend and stabbing him several times. Charges advocate Brown of Mount Ogle District, Lawrence Tavern, St. Andrew. According to reports, Brown and her boyfriend had a dispute about 11:45 a.m. on Sunday. The argument reportedly became physical, and Brown allegedly used a knife to stab the man several times. He was assisted to the hospital, where he was admitted in serious condition. Brown was subsequently arrested and charged. A court date for her is being finalized. Police could begin investigating cold cases. Minister of National Security Dr. Horace Chang says talks are underway, which could see cold case investigations being integrated into police work. A cold case investigation includes the examination of documents and evidence from a crime committed many years ago to determine whether new technologies or forensic testing could produce any new potential leads. Unresolved murders, long-term missing persons, unidentified human remains, open criminal sexual assault, or undetermined deaths are categorized as cold cases. When asked about utilizing retired police detectives in cold case probes, Dr. Chang said the newly installed Commissioner of Police, Dr. Kevin Blake, has indicated an interest in implementing the investigative technique among other policing tactics and would ultimately decide whether to use retired well-known effective detectives to assist in that process.
Not only cold cases, but indicate that most of the individuals who are usually named or targeted or indicated by the community have several incidents related to their criminal activity. And she is insisting on ensuring that they can be collated and all cases examined from which some which are cold, some which are ongoing, but the required data set is brought together to see where a case can be made. Because the challenge in the field is not so much lack of intelligence and information, is just to put it together that we can get to a level where we can take a formal charge and defend it in a court of law. And he has been pretty strong on getting our CID aligned the those along that thinking. Now, whether he'll bring in retired, well-known, effective detectives to assist in that collation is his choice and decision to make.
Cop and ex-cop stabbed with kidnapping and robbery charges. The policeman was arrested last week in connection with an abduction, and the $2.1 million robbery in St. Thomas has been charged with several corruption-related offences, officials have confirmed. Constable Neil McGregor and his co-accused, ex-cop Lonnie Piercy, made their first court appearance on Wednesday, where more details of the alleged crime were disclosed. McGregor is charged with robbery and breaches of the Corruption Prevention Act. Piercy was charged on Tuesday with kidnapping, use of a firearm to commit a felony, robbery with aggravation, assault of common law, and the breaches of the Corruption Prevention Act. Both men were each granted bail in the sum of $2 million when they appeared before a judge at the St. Thomas Parish Court. Stop orders have been placed on them at the ports, and they were both ordered to report to the police every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Prosecutors allege in court that Piercy and McGregor were among three men who corruptly solicited $5 million and corruptly accepted $2 million from a St. Thomas man as a promise to omit to do an act in the performance of his public function. Investigators believe the victim of the $2 million robbery was set up by a close friend who he told he had collected a large sum of money. However, Donovan Collins, the attorney representing Piercy, has indicated that their surveillance footage, which clearly showed his client at work in St. Mary at a time that would make it impossible for him to be in St. Thomas committing the alleged offense. McGregor is represented by attorney Ricardo Gray. Both accused are scheduled to return to court on June 14. Woman charged with murder of Daniel Rowe remanded until June 6. Keode Satchel, the woman charged with the abduction and murder of 80-year-old Daniel Rowe, was again remanded when she appeared in court on Thursday. She is set to return on June 6 for a further plea and case management hearing. Daniel, who would have celebrated her 9th birthday today, was abducted from the Brayton Primary School in Portmore, St. Catherine, on June 8 last year. She was later found wandering in the corporate area with a wound to her throat. Daniel died days later while being treated at hospital. At JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.